feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the know the leader. Getting that while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros. Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut. Mayday. Bubbles and I'm these models. It's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock down. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I feel like a boss right now. Talk to the man right now. Oh yeah. Feel like the man right now. Your girl on my line right now. Oh yeah. Shorty ought to been my me. Oh yeah. She love me in the gray sweatpants. You never left. Yeah. Feeling like a boss, I done made it. Get so like a spaceship. I swear my life is amazing. Blowing money, no hesitation. There's no basic. I know these be hating, but that's what made me feel like in the real.
Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, 14-year veteran Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers take on Matthew Stafford and the Detroit.
First open. In 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
Yeah, hoping to get rid of that interception bug. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
On second down, here's Stafford. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Kenny Clark in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Fielded at the 12. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and moves the chains. To throw, it's Rodgers. Looking middle, and that's complete. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. On 1st down, Rodgers. Looking deep for it. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. And even 40 yards. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Glover. Quinn.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll begin here with Blount. Able to fight through one tackle. LeGarrette Blount. He's in the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 34 yards there and a 1st down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Now it's Stafford. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Let's take a look now at how Green Bay will line up defensively against the pass. Just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
Throwing is Stafford. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Nick Ballore coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep up, and that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be marked down deep in Detroit territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 58 yards.
After that nice game there, for the rest of the game, the defense is going to have to respect the running backs as passing threats as well. Not just play them strictly to run the football. They may be able to get downfield and catch it too.
Here's Rodgers. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
But nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Throwing now is Rodgers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Ripkowski, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Crosby on now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I'll guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
They start on the ground here with Blunt. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Under a heavy and down he goes. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped out, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Here's Sam Martin now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He'll look to set up his blockers. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Rodgers now on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn. So that right there was his 2nd pick, but keep in mind, this is a guy who once had a rare 3-interception game in his career.
So what are you saying, that getting 2 in a game, that's like kid stuff for him? That's nothing. He's already
amateur
done that,
hour.
Right? Been there, done that. You know he wants a 3rd again.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. Go to Blunt, try and pound it in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting the lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it looks...
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Ziggy Ansah in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Rodgers to throw on second down. And the pressure gets to him again. Ezekiel Ansah in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Let's go, come on.
To throw is Rodgers. Throwing on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have, it's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind.
Hey, 626. Right.
Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Hey, 626. 319. 319.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6.
Nice catch, touchdown, nice catch, offense. Good job, offense.
Crosby on now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now the
rush coming, and he's taken down. Jake Ryan. In from his linebacker spot, he's able to drop it for a loss of about 10. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line. In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in 3rd and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in 3rd and manageable. They've got a chance at a 1st down.
He'll run it here with Blount. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Again, here's Blount. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now Riddick. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. P.J. Hall there to make the tackle.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands that can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Extra point good by Prater. And we've got a tie game here, a back-and-forth first half. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. This will be caught inside the 10. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think we're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing that is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers have moved out in front. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed, near the goal line, on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, Stafford. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards for number 11.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible Hope he's got man-to-man coverage and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Here's Bull. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
The Lions on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Stafford. They'll find Golladay. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
That's Stafford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Hey, 626. Right now, you got 58.
Here's Rodgers throwing on 1st down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. A good pickup there at 22. Rodgers on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Rashad Breeland there defensively and able to knock that one down to the ground.
That's a really fine play there because anytime you see a comeback route, that means you cannot just stay in one spot and make a play on the ball. You've got to move your feet and move with the receiver, and that's exactly what he did.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Colby Listenbee, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers add on to their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this run.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st down, it's Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. That'll bring up second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Back to the air. Stafford on second down. Catch made right side by Wilson. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for Lions first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
From the red zone now, Stafford. This is Riddick on the screen. And the agility got him a few extra before he's taken down right at the 10. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Third and long, it's Stafford. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. This will be, 38 yards out. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that gets him back within 10. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he's going to be marked down deep in Detroit territory. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The quick slant caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers on fire. His 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And again, it's Rodgers. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
I know we're just in the second quarter, and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. Eluding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Now Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So you want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. On 1st down, Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nick Ballore in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Now Rodgers. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
The drive starts with a handoff to Blount. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stafford, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to rifle, and that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27. Rodgers now on 1st down. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. A good pickup there of 22. Rodgers to throw once more. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Sean Robinson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll still have a 3rd and goal now despite picking up 13 yards on that pass play.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Hey, and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Colby Listenbee, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Now Mike McCarthy saying, let's go for 2. Now it's Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to saw that puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing, but he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now, making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
This is fielded inside the 5. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, Good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
That's been a good leadership and a good distributor. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Rodgers now on first down. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on.
Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 30, 10. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 94 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. So from back deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think...
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Rodgers to throw on second down. Very quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
don't they? They get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with third and long. Now Rodgers throwing on third and long. He's going to loft one. Deep left. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Colby Listenby, his third touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And follow. That long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time. Let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Stafford now throw. To the right and complete to Galladay. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now a carry for Blunt. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? But where is the A-gap? It's the space.
Here we go.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Second and 10, Stafford again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on fourth down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Rodgers now to throw. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. And it's caught. And oh, he coughed it up. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Trevor Davis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Now Crosby for the point after. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A drive there of just 4 plays, and the result, a Green Bay score. Crosby on now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Stafford, and finding the tight end Wilson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and that 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense and we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive...
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Golden Tate, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Prater on to add the extra point.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but in today's NFL, I wouldn't want to play defense. Too many great receivers and guys who are accurate, who can get them the ball. We've seen the result. Days like this one.
Prater for the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And he's brought down. 19 yards that time for number 19. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The 6-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it, or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard line. Clay Matthews in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. On 1st down, Rodgers. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Stafford, he completes it to Tate. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Here's Stafford. Finds Roberts left side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Tate. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. Free safety, Clinton Dix, the man to make the play there on the defensive side.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Desperation time for Stafford on fourth down. And this is incomplete. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers now on first down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. To throw is Rodgers. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Throwing is Rodgers. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Give him 30 yards there. Rodgers looking to throw. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Rodgers again now. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Up big, and they go for 2, and they get it.
I remember being in high school and seeing an article in the paper where a local columnist had said, "Why are we fighting over sportsmanship and running up the score? Just run it up on everybody and deal with it." Some people just don't care that way, and obviously this coach feels the exact same way.
So that article was saying the defense should be able to stop them.
That's what they're trying to say. Hey, if you don't want it to happen, stop them. Otherwise, quit whining about it.
Stafford on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there as they move the chains. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing is Stafford. Looking sideline, incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And Tate's got it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you...
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field. So they went to the booth to see if that was a touchdown, and they have decided it will not be a touchdown. 6 points off the board. Extra point good by Prater, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quartered. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Brandon, that's the third time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate one fumble, twos, oh, my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. One last throw here for Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Luke Wilson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Luke Wilson spent 5 years with the Seahawks, most of that time playing behind Jimmy Graham. I think he's going to get a few more looks in this Lions offense, and he just capitalized on one of them right there. 11 touchdowns, 5 years with Seattle. I expect that number to jump in Detroit.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Let's go, let's go, come on. Over. Hey, check 26. Dally, strong left, Dally.
Rodgers throwing here. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15.